YouTube, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for cooling with Jay. Yes, we are back in my garage. So basically, this is March 1st, 2019. It's actually one of the first sunny days of this year, and it's actually fairly warm outside. But of course, obviously, for those of you who have been tuning into my channel, know that my bike is currently out of town doing mods. I have a Ducati V4 base model that I've currently had for a year. I'm basically a newbie rider. It's my very first bike, very first ride. And I've been kind of going through that process on my channel for those of you tuning in for the very first time. So of course, as always, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy this video and the ones I have to come. Also, if you have some free time, check out my previous videos as I go through the bike, the mods I've done, the exhaust, traveling, all that sorts of thing. Also, I do gaming content on my channel as well. So diving in today's video. As the title suggests, man, today's video is going to talk about how I got here today. So basically now it is almost a year that I've been on YouTube now. So I started my YouTube channel officially. My first channel went live April 1st or April 7th, I believe was the official first day. But you know, this month kind of started my kind of mindset toward gearing up in preparation to start my channel. You know, going over which camera I was gonna get and the computer and the accessories and all that sort of stuff. But I thought it'd be a great time since my bike is gone, is to kind of take y'all through that experience and how I got to where I am today. I noticed a lot of y'all out there watching my channel and have dreams of one day owning a Ducati or any bike for that matter. And I just kind of want to get personal for today's video and kind of give you some backstory on me and how me having a Ducati was a big thing in my life. Not just that, but how that dream kind of formulated and turned into what you see today. So starting back in 2006, pretty much, I was 18 years old. So that makes me 31 years old for those who are guessing. So 06, I moved to Florida. I was going to school there, and that's how I started to kind of get into bikes. I mean, growing up, I thought motorcycles were cool, but I never necessarily wanted to own them, but they were dope. Okay, so when I moved to Florida, Florida was a big thing, seeing bikes. Florida, you don't have to have insurance coverage to own a bike. So all you have to have is your endorsement essentially, and that's it. So you can imagine and also you don't have to have a helmet. This is back in 06. So I don't know what the rules are now. I don't currently still live in Orlando, but the rules back then were you didn't have to have a helmet and you didn't have to be insured. So basically, you could get your bike license, I guess it was 16 or 17, whatever, and then go out there and buy you a bike. You know, you could go out there and buy you a crotch rocket for $2,000 and kill yourself. And that's why they said that, I think it was back then at least, between the ages of 25 to 35 or 40, the most related death fatalities was by bike over shooting and other stuff out there that could happen for men in that age group. The most was by bikes. But anyway, in this era, I started to kind of want a bike, I guess, more, right? But anyway, I used to get on YouTube back then for the vloggers or people who were making bike content, and they would review different exhaust. And that's kind of where my first bike, I truthfully was I want that one. So that very first bike was the CBR 600 RR. It was a limited edition blue. I'll post a picture up there now. It came in European model only. So that current model didn't come to the US. We got the black graphite, I guess, version. It was the all black with the gray kind of graffiti on the side. That was the version that America got, whereas the European market, they got the white, blue, and black, which I think I touched on in a previous video, but that's the bike that kind of got me into motorcycles. So, and actually I did apply. So in 09 also, since we couldn't get the blue one, and I was 21, I don't know my age back then. But anyway, I was you know what? I'm gonna go try to see if I can get a bike. You know, all these kids are doing it. I'm making pretty decent money, so I'm gonna just go try. So I went into my I went to my local dealership and was hey, I wanna try to get finance for a motorcycle. So I tried for the all black version on my own. No second person or anything, right? And I was denied. I had pretty good credit. I forget the credit score was now, but it was good. But the guy said that my credit wasn't established. But that didn't stop me from like going to dealerships, week in, week out, just to go look at bikes, right? Every new year, I go into the dealership and just walk around, just look at motorcycles. They ask you, hey man, can we help you out on anything? And in my head, I'm thinking like, you don't know how bad I would love to say yes. And say, yes, actually, I do want your help. Actually, I've been looking at this CBR or Yamaha or whatever else it is. And I like to try to, make a deposit or buy one. But I knew I was going to get denied. So for me, the best I could do was just drool. So I spent years just drooling over bikes. So that was 2008-ish or 9. I believe it was the same year when that blue version came out. So in 2010, with my ex, we tried to do a co-partner on a loan for a bike. So I tried again one more time. 2010, I tried for the yellow CBR 1000. The reason being was because the yellow wasn't moving off the shelves. Shocking, no one wants a yellow bike. So she tried to help me finance one and got denied again. So my hopes again dipped. I was like, man, I would love to start a channel because, now YouTube's kind of growing more in 5-6 years than it was when I first started. And I'm seeing a ton of vloggers, buying bikes, getting on them, doing reviews on the different exhausts and modification. Like, I wanted to do that. I really did. Like I said, since the 08-09, like I enjoyed watching somebody give very informative videos about why they bought the bike, why they got this exhaust, why they got this modification, so on and so forth. And I wanted to be a part of that scene and experience this joy of riding a bike that everybody kept talking about. So I went to the car show one time and I saw the Ducati 1299. Now, I had watched plenty of videos on Ducatis, throughout these years. The reason why I never went to Ducatis because, the different reviews they do every single year, like the motorcycle.com and the MCM and all those, they would do the reviews on all these bikes, right? They would do shootouts. So they would have like the middleweight shootout, all 600s, all thousands every single year, right? And so back when it was like the 1098 and all those kind of bikes, like they were like deemed very challenging for even these experienced riders. Whereas every person like me, who's some regular Joe Schmo, they all said the CBR was reliable, it was user-friendly, it was easy to kind of learn it, like it didn't break down, like they were like the Honda in cars, but for bikes, so the same kind of thing. So that's why I was intrigued about a Honda, just because I knew I was new, I know what I was doing, a new bike, they of course, they're dangerous, and they're saying the Hondas are not only gonna last you longer, but they're very user-friendly compared to back then. Ducatis were like wild horses. So I was like, no. And I sat on like the one bike I sat on that I thought was completely uncomfortable was the R1. The last model R1. I thought it was terrible. That thing's like a boat to me. It's all fat in the front end. I mean, people love it. To me, I sat on it, was like the most uncomfortable thing I've ever sat on in my life. So when I moved here, obviously, like I said, seeing the 1299, I was like, you know what? Ducati's kind of growing on me more and more and more. And one day I would like to own a Ducati. But for me, to be honest, like that was like a fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like the top. Like, okay, if I won the lottery, Ducati. If I'm being reasonable and honest and logical, more logical, let's be honest, because having a bike isn't the most logical thing to do. But if I'm being just more reasonable, I guess you could say, than like a used CBR, a used Yamaha, or whatever the case. Now, let me be very, very clear. I am not bashing any person out there who owns a used bike. I'm not bashing Honda. I'm not bashing if your bike is 1999. I'm not bashing if your bike is 2019. I'm not bashing anybody's bike. I'm just telling you my story on how it went from where I was at then to now me owning a Ducati V4. I had my eyes set on the 1299 standard model, okay? Actually, the bike color I loved the most was the 1199 Dark Stealth S. The 1199 S Dark Stealth, like that to me is still my favorite Ducati colorways. I love that color. I wish they didn't have the red pinstripe around the rims for the S rims. I wish they had the S rims from like the V4R and not the S with the little red stripe. I think that kind of took away from the bike. That's just me personally. But anyway, like I wanted, the perfect bike would have been like the 1199 or 1299 base, but with the S LED lights. Like, I love that part of it. I don't know why they had halogen lights on the base 1299. That just, I didn't understand that. But anyway, not the point. So I would go to different bike events. I'd go to different Cars and Coffee. Not sorry, Cars and Coffee. I would go to like car shows. So at our car shows here in Portland, they would have like the, you know, bike section or whatever. I'd go to the bike, I sit on it, I drool some more. So now, guys, it's been about 11 to 12 years of me drooling over a bike and being denied. 12 years, okay? If you combine it all, is when I started sincerely, really wanting a bike and wanting to vlog, to now, and now it's gotten worse. Like, now I really, now back then it was I'd watch 1 or 2 videos per week, to the fact of, like, you know, back a few years ago, I was watching 10, 12 videos a day about bikes. Like, it got to the point I could tell you your top 30 vloggers on YouTube. I could tell you their pros, their cons, like a list of each bike, and almost narrow it down to, if you took everybody's opinion and you narrowed it down, this is like the best bike. Like, I could do that 4 years ago, and even still now. So I was like, you know, I want a Ducati, but we'll see. So starting last year, obviously, I decided, you know, I'm gonna take my leap of faith and I'm gonna try. Now, like I said, guys, this is kind of culminating of why I'm having this video, is because there was a time when I had my, I guess, my dreams set very low and my expectations set even lower. And then now, a year from last year, I own a Ducati V4 that I financed by myself. So that message to you guys is don't sell yourself short on your dream, and don't lower your expectations to match what you believe your dream is going to be, if that makes any sense. What I'm realizing now is I made a mistake. The mistake is not the V4. The mistake is not owning the V4 or ownership or any of that. The mistake that I made was that I only believed that I could own that unreasonable, like, I was expecting to go in there and get denied for the V4. So when I walked, I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna put down my deposit, okay? So I put down my deposit on the V4 and I went back home. And I told my friends, I was like, there's no way I'm getting approved for a V4. There's no way. I remember the next week, it was a Friday. I'll never forget it. It was a Friday, I was leaving work at Nike and I had a voicemail. And I listened to the voicemail for a full day. Sorry, I got the voicemail on Thursday, excuse me. He called me on Thursday and left the voicemail on, and I avoided it all day Friday. It's like when you ask that girl if she wants to date you and she doesn't respond right away, and then she calls you and leaves a voicemail, and you know this is kind of like that whole do or die. Just being very transparent, guys. In that voicemail, I didn't want either. I didn't want him to say yes, and I didn't want him to say no. And here's why. I didn't want him to say yes, because that meant I'd have to obviously go ahead and get the bike, which I wanted, but I'm like, that's a lot of responsibility. On the flip side, I didn't want him to say no, because my dreams had been denied so many different times. And I was like I already set myself up to be denied, so I wanted to be denied, which I shouldn't have been, but I was. So when I had the voicemail, I was afraid. I was afraid because this would either mean my dreams came true, or that would mean my dreams had failed once again, supposedly. So what happened in 11 years is what I realized is that I didn't set my bar high enough. That I set my bar so low that when I actually got the Ducati, it felt surreal. And I'm not saying things in life shouldn't feel surreal, but I'm saying that kind of points to our mentality of our dreams and our blessings, is that if you get something in life that you truthfully want, I'm not saying you should have an arrogance of it's about damn time kind of thing, but you should feel like it's my time. Like you've been wanting it, you've been praying about it, it's just simply happened. It shouldn't be this whole, like you're questioning it the whole time. Like the guy in the dealership was like the day of when I walked in there to pick up to sign all the papers, he was like, He was like, man, I'm kind of surprised. I thought you'd be more excited. And I'm thinking in my head, I am excited, but there was a part of me that was like, where's the catch? Like, someone gonna be like, ah, just kidding. Like, you didn't actually get the Ducati for real, for real. Like, you're not actually gonna have a Ducati. That's not actually the case. Like, I was waiting for that. It didn't happen. My message to y'all guys out there is this. If your goal, now, I'm not saying that everything in life you're gonna get. I'm not saying every dream, every passion, every materialistic thing you want in life, you're going to get. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, though, is you have to put things in the right place. And if you have a dream, you better dream big. You better dream big and you better dream broad. Don't limit yourself to this box. Don't say, oh, I'm just happy with the bike. Now, you can be appreciative of any bike, but ask for what you want. If you want a Ducati V4R, then that's what you want. Your dreams need to match your faith. And pretty much to summarize this whole conversation is that my dreams didn't match my faith. That my dreams were small. Sorry, my dreams were massive, but my faith was small. So that when it actually came to pass, my flesh basically, or myself, didn't believe when the dream actually came true. I questioned the dream. That's the flaw. Because when the dream happens, the last thing I should have been doing was questioning it. But I was questioning it because that blessing, so to speak, was bigger than what I expected it to be. So what I'm trying to do here in this video, like my main objective is, I'm sure somebody out there is watching this video and has a dream. Whether it's moto-vlogging, bike content, car content, whatever, starting your own business, whatever that case is. My challenge to you is really sit down there and ask yourself, am I not accomplishing my dream because of me? Or am I not accomplishing my dream because I am putting my dream into a box? How I want and how I think I should accomplish this dream. Because I'll tell you guys right now, I had no idea, no want to build my channel the way it is now. Like that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to take out a loan. Like that wasn't what I wanted to do. But when the doors opened up, I accomplished what I wanted, but I had to give up how I wanted it. And that's what I've learned in 31 years of me living. Granted, I'm no elder or anything, but what I've learned in 31 years is that a lot of things in life we eventually will get and can get and are possible to get, but we have to give up like the way we get them, how. Not the what, but the how. So that's kind of a message to y'all guys. And last but not least, like I said, the mods are still being done on my bike. Things are still coming in. Like I said, I'll be posting some pictures on my social media page, like some teaser stuff. For those of you interested, like I said, check me out on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. If you're also interested, I do gaming content as well. I do stream as well. I'm trying to set down and lock down some dates of when I'm going to be, like, for example, I'm streaming Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, whatever. I haven't gotten that set, but I am going to be streaming more consecutively. I'm going to put up a poll because there are 3 helmets I am looking at getting for 2019. And I kind of want y'all's help to kind of figure out which helmet I should get. So the 3 helmets I'm looking at getting are they're all 3 AGVs. One's the AGV Corsa R Balda 2016 helmet. The other one is the Corsa R SIT 58 helmet. And the one I'm the most leaning toward is the new for 2019 is the AGV Corsa R Castanova helmet. So 3 helmet colors I'm looking at. Like I said, they're all the same helmet, just different graphic schemes. So guys, in the poll and down below, I will put the pictures up. Let me know which helmet y'all think I should go with. So to kind of finalize the moral of this video is that my next goal or my next dream I want for my channel is this guy. So this is the new Ferrari F8 Turbino, Turbudo, whatever you want to call it. It's new for 2019. That's what I want to add to my channel. So basically I want to be doing motovlog content, car content, and gaming content. That's kind of the holy trinity of stuff I want to do on my channel. So unlike the last time, that's kind of the summary of what this is leading up to. Is that before I wanted something small but wished for something bigger. After now getting what I wanted, so to speak, I'm really like, okay, I didn't set my dreams high enough. Okay, that's cool. I can do that. So I'm not saying I'm getting one tomorrow. I'm not saying I'm getting one ever. But what I am saying is if all is the same, that's the car I want to bring to the channel. It's new for 2019. It hasn't come out yet. I'm able to put in my deposit and have a video of me saying, hey guys, guess what? I am now a proud owner of so-and-so, or taking y'all through kind of the process of picking out the color and mods and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I want to do on my channel. I'm putting it out there so someone can't say you didn't say it. I didn't do that for the bike, but I will do this for the car. All right, guys, thank you for cooling with Jay as always. Again, remember to follow me on all social media. Please hit that subscribe button if you enjoy my content. Like I said, man, I'm trying to bust it out this year and hit that 1,000 subscriber. But guess what? You know what? We're not even going with 1,000 because that's too low. The goal by the end of this year is to get to 100. That's why I said it right here. The goal by the end of 2019 is to be at 100,000 subscribers. So, like I said, guys, let's start today. Please help me out. Like I said, the more we grow, the more stuff I can do. All right, guys, thank you for cooling with Jay, and I will see everybody in the next video.